What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to Say What, Say It Again. I'm your man, Eric Wilson, filling in for the producer, the big guard. He's celebrating, because his San Francisco 49ers with Mr. Irrelevant beat up on the Miami Dolphins. So, he out there partying, chilling. He probably eating a double, triple, just making sure he keeping things copacetic. But anyhow, we're going to handle this tonight. Let me go ahead and get the gentleman in here. First off, my brother, Mr. Avery Graves is in the building. And let me tell you, I thought for sure I was going to be a part of Career Over this week because I did pick the Washington Commanders, but y'all ended in a tie, so you can't put me in Career Over.
Eric, let it go. Just move on.
Okay. Yes,
sir. Thank you. Okay, cool. Yes, your team is dominating. Let it go. See what
I wasn't even talking about me.
Nah. You were getting a little. You were on the tiptoe, being very disrespectful.
Okay. Yes, sir. Just move on. All right, I'm gonna keep moving. Speaking of disrespectful, let me get that Cowboys fan who I know likes to run his lips, especially after his team put up 90 points in 2 games. So I know he got a lot to say. James. Yeah. Just we'll keep it moving.
Last week, so we were somebody else before we beat who we played. The Colts. We beat somebody before we beat the Colts. Ain't saying no names.
All right, we're gonna keep moving. We don't even want to talk about it.
I got you tonight. I got you tonight. Don't worry. I got
you. Let me bring in, like I always call him, the most level-headed man of this group. Let me bring in my brother Chuck in the building. Chuck, what's going on, brother? How are you?
What's up? I'm good, family. What's going on, fellas?
Not much. Every Tuesday night, 8:30, y'all make sure you check out this crew. Say What, Say It Again. Shout out to our boy already in the comments, Mr. Cortland Griffin, saying what's up to the brothers, the halftime show with Cortland Griffin. So, gentlemen, first topic of the night, y'all already know what it is. The Say What Power Rankings. Let's talk about it. I'm going to go to Mr. Graves here. And Avery, give me your power rankings for this week 13 in the NFL, sir.
This is tough, man. I think it's 7 teams in the top 5. I mean, to be honest, I got the Vikings, Bengals, 49ers, all 3 in the 5. I couldn't choose one. I have the Dolphins sit at 6. I just didn't like how did Tua perform with the 49ers, way that defense, and I know he'll bounce back, but and then it's tough, man. It's tough. Now I know my top 3 is Philly, Cowboys, Bills, and I put the Bills over the Chiefs is because the Bills beat them head to head. I think Philly's playing phenomenal. Since Dak's been back, they're the highest. The Cowboys, since Dak's been back, they're the highest scoring team in the NFL. Defense, also, even though the offense ain't looking good, the defense is turning everybody over. The Bills, I mean, even with a hurt elbow, he's still rocking it in there. And the Chiefs are the Chiefs, But it was very, very difficult for me because I think there's really legit 8 teams that are in that top 5. Legit, like Miami, and I should have put them in it, but I don't see a real top 5 right now. I think all these are viable, good football teams that I think right now it's wide open. I don't think nobody can definitively say who's going to make the Super Bowl. Like you couldn't be wrong with any pick. If you pick the Bills, Cowboys, Philly, Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Even where the Vikings are rolling, Vikings, I don't know, Miami. I just don't think you could be wrong with it. I just don't. I just don't think so. I'm sorry. I know I don't have a 5, man. I'm being for real.
Bro, taking 20 minutes, bro. Just pick 5 teams. Bro.
I don't have 5. I know. And you can have it, bro. I'm sorry. I look at this, yo. I've been looking at this all day. I don't have 5, man.
Hey, James, bro, come over here. Hey, look, we're about to go get a drink.
Go ahead, get you one. I think another 20 minutes. Well, y'all got it, man. I just don't. I mean, that's it. I just think
we finally get to get them back. That's how you do. That's how you be doing us.
I know. I do. But I do think Philly and the Cowboys are playing the best. If you want to be honest, they're playing the best football right now. So
yeah, there's no doubt about it. If I had to put my top 5 together, I mean, of course, I'm gonna put the Eagles. I'll put Buffalo in there. Unbeknownst to even how I feel, I guess it's the holiday season. I'll throw Dallas in there. But I can't ignore.
Holiday.
It is happy holidays. That's all you want to get from me, James. I'll tell you that right now. I won't even say any more about it because we got a game coming up later down the road. Then when you get to those bottom two, if we're doing top five, Avery, you're absolutely right. There are so many different ways you can go. I'm going to throw San Francisco in the mix because they did it with their Mr. Irrelevant, third string quarterback. And they still found a way to beat Miami, a team that has a very high-powered offense. As far as number five, so many different directions you could throw. But you know what? I have to stay with the Chiefs, even though they did lose to Cincinnati. It seems as though Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals defense knows how to beat Patrick Mahomes, who we have always given so much love and so many props. And this man is the second coming, and Brady's passing him the torch and all this other stuff. Well, you can't get past Joe Burrow. So that's a question. So if I had to put those five, like I said, Eagles, Bills, Cowboys, 49ers, and Kansas City. So Chuck, what say you, man?
I'll put Philly back at number one. That was an impressive win against Tennessee. I picked them to win, but I didn't expect it to be that dominant. I thought that Henry would be able to run the ball somewhat, to slow the game down like they normally do, and they completely took him out the game.
Yeah.
Well, not when you're a top team against the run. That's gonna play a factor. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean, even against elite teams, I still look at Derrick Henry and be like, okay, he's still gonna do what he does. I don't care who he play. I just expect him to at least 80. Like it's just Henry.
Not 23, 24.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. My fault, Chuck. I'm with you, bro.
No, you're good.
I'm hot about it. I'm hot. When you keep bringing them, I'm hot.
But no, I put Philly back at number one. I'm still keeping the Chiefs at number two. Because even though I do agree with Avery, the head-to-head Buffalo beat them, but I'm looking at who's playing the best football. I still feel like, despite the loss, they're playing better football than the Bills. Just my opinion. So I'm putting the Chiefs at two. I'm going to put Buffalo at three because now they're the top seed. They pretty much got the top seed right now, so I'm putting them at three. I'm going to put San Francisco at four. And like I said, it's going to happen when teams lose. I'm gonna still keep my guys at five. That's Tua's first. That's Tua's first loss as a starter. So,
but hold on, Chuck. He didn't finish the game.
I mean,
they took him. No.
They were going to lose. They were going to lose that game. We were going to lose that game.
They were getting their butt whooped.
I thought didn't he have some type of injury?
No, they took him out. He was talking us out. He got his butt whooped. I watched the game.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right.
That's his loss. I mean, that's my team, but that's
his loss.
That's his loss.
Fair enough. You know better than I, sir.
And like I said, no disrespect to Dallas, no disrespect to y'all know how I feel about Minnesota. I just don't believe. I'm sorry.
I got
facts. until they get a new quarterback. Facts.
But how y'all keep listen? I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. I agree. But how y'all keep dissing Kirk Cousins? They're 10-2. I don't get it. He has to be a competent quarterback. So hold on. I know I'm interrupting, but so 49ers are in our top five, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Not mine.
But Jimmy, and that's fine, James. I got you. But Jimmy G is the same equivalent as Kirk Cousins, but we're announcing him like he don't do the same stuff that Kirk Cousins does.
We
don't believe. Hold on. We don't believe in Kirk Cousins, but I believe in Jimmy G. But a lot of people believe in Jimmy G over Kirk Cousins. I'm confused.
It's not about Jimmy G with me. When you have all those weapons in an elite defense, that makes a big, big difference. Minnesota is susceptible on the defensive end of the ball. We've seen it over and over and over again. And no disrespect to Cousins, but Jimmy G can get away with mistakes because he has an elite defense who can give him the ball back over and over and over again. If Cousins make one mistake, it's not necessarily his fault, but the team is going to be in shambles.
I'm sorry, Chuck. I disagree.
And you got to think about it. Man. I've been saying this. Who have they beaten consistently elite teams? They haven't.
Hold on. Let's be real. Let's be real. My NFC East, we have to be realistic. We ain't beat no elite teams. We beating them bottom feeders.
Why,
The whole AFC South.
Whoa. Y'all beat a few teams who I felt like
Woo.
I didn't think y'all were going to beat.
Tennessee?
You beat Tennessee. I didn't think you would beat Tennessee.
All of us are beating up on the South. The whole South is garbage.
Well, we were supposed to be garbage at the beginning of the year. They had us garbage.
Hey, I'm happy, James. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is why I can't talk to you, man.
See,
you're not realistic. Go ahead, James. Get your top 5. I'm not doing this right now. Get your top 5. I'm not doing it. I'm not. He's not being realistic. If you're really being realistic, you see who we playing, bro.
Yeah,
come on, man.
I'm happy we playing. My schedule down the stretch is.
I hope y'all lose to Houston. If I was picking in a pool, I'm picking Houston. I promise you, I'm picking Houston. Yes. Because I hope you lose. Yes. And you lose, it's a wrap. Don't lose to Houston. Man. Don't lose.
Please lose to Houston. Please. I'm gonna come back and preach. You lose to Houston. I'm gonna come. James, you want to pull the Cosmo music coming out, baby? Cool, I'm coming for you. Oh yes, sir.
I'm worried about the Jaguars.
But y'all do know right now that's irrelevant because if they lose to Houston, he's not on this TV screen next week. We do know that.
We know. He gonna talk about my daughter has this baking class. I gotta take her to. She has soccer practice until 10:00 at night.
She does a lot of stuff.
My son got in after that. It is at 9. I said, James, you got 30 minutes. Now my son got an indoor basketball training until 10:00 at night. James gonna find an excuse. I guarantee he gonna find an excuse to get up out of here. No, you better bring your butt on this show next Tuesday if y'all lose to you.
I'm gonna be preaching. But anyhow, James, give us your top 5, bro.
Sorry, James.
Top 5.
My top 5 is of course everybody got Philly at number 1. Number 2, 3, you can interchange between the Chiefs and Bills with me. Number 4, I got the Cowboys, and number 5, I got Cincinnati. I think they're ascending. Their defense is elite. Their offense, is elite. So right now, they've won 4 in a row. So I got Cincinnati at number 5.
James, I'm feeling good because you already know, James. Every week I pick 2 teams. Whoever is playing against Dallas and Philly. So you already know I'm picking Houston. I'm gonna be the only person, shameless plug from my Soda Sports Arena, to pick Houston. But Lord, let it happen. James, I'm gonna put a robe on.
James,
I'm telling you.
See what teams me up, Eric, what teams me up about James? There's 2 teams that he is not realistic with. It's in daggone bum LA Lakers and the daggone Dallas Cowboys. He is so far Mars. I know Chuck don't like when I said that. I knew he wouldn't like what I said. But he is so far Mars right now. It's ridiculous. He's never humble with these 2 teams. He thinks they're always winning the championship. They are the best team every year. It's like he don't look at the schedule.
Well, I'm sort of like going into the season.
But I want you to be realistic, man.
Here's a realistic take. Here's a realistic take for the Cowboys.
Go ahead, man. What's your realistic take?
Go ahead, realistic take.
Realistic take. Right now, our offense is playing okay. Dak Prescott need to stop turning the ball over. We still top in the league in turnovers. We got to cut that back. We got to get more consistent on, we got to cut back. Our defense is elite. Michael Parsons MVP. Super Bowl, of course. I see it all day long.
See, you was good up until that last part.
Thank you, Tom.
Up until that last part, James.
Thank you.
That was exactly it.
Get him out of here.
You was Mr. Realistic till that last part.
We got to tell
because I tell you right now, James, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm sitting at 11-1. If you ask me to be realistic, do I think Philly's going to Arizona? I can sit here and tell you, I'm not even sure, James. I'm not. And I'm being realistic. Now, you want the fan in me? You want the fan in me. The fan in me is going to say, you damn right. I already booked my flight to Arizona because I want to be there.
But as the analyst in you, why wouldn't you think Philadelphia wouldn't go? Like,
James.
Man, the playoffs is
look. We're not even getting into this because we got so much to get into. You know what? You and I will talk about this. I will have a sensible conversation with you at a later time, but we got to keep it moving here on Say What. But I'll tell you what. I'll share my feelings with you. Let's get to, speaking of the playoffs, which team in the NFC, gentlemen, is going to get that final playoff spot? I'm going to give you 4 teams. You got the Seattle Seahawks. You got the Green Bay Packers.
We're over.
You got the Washington Commanders. And you got the Detroit Lions.
Whoa.
Who was the
Hold
first team?
on a second. So
Gentlemen,
you put hold on.
The producer gave me this. Don't put
So
this
you
on me.
mocking. So
Don't
you
kill
put
the
Green Bay
messenger.
to mock Chuck, and you put Detroit to get on Ray Lynn. That's the
No.
only reason you put them two up.
No. Time out.
Whoa.
I got this from the producer. So if y'all got a problem, pull up on him. I am just simply the mediator who is asking the question. Which team in the NFC do you think is going to get the final playoff spot? I'll say the 4 again. The Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the Washington Commanders, or the Detroit Lions. James, who do you think is going to get that final playoff spot in the NFC?
The Commanders. You know who's not going to make it? The New York Giants.
I hate this dude. I hate the dude. Like, I can't stand football season. I hate the dude. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I give his team some praise, and he goes off the. I can't stand it.
Listen. Hear me out. The New York Giants. Who they play next?
Philly.
So what their record be? What, 75-1?
And one.
And then who record 75-1 right now? The Commanders.
Washington.
So y'all play them the next week. The winner of that game, I think, is gonna get that final playoff spot. Then y'all play against the Vikings. I don't think y'all can beat the Vikings. The Colts, and then the Eagles again. So I see one win out of that.
Shut up down there. Shut up, Doug. So you just shut up. That's the first thing you do. I don't need you saying no. Shoot, I see you. Don't you even start. You sit on the sideline. Let me get something straight with you, bro. We winning 2 division games.
Who?
So we gonna get Philly one time.
Y'all got no division wins right now. Washington got 1. They beat y'all again.
We're getting 2 division games.
Y'all play the Commanders at FedEx Field. Y'all are not beating them there.
And it's prime time. Where you at, James? And I need to call Anthony Nassenberger, a.k.a. La Honey, a.k.a. Blue Chew. I need to call him out, and I need to see where he's at. Where
So Eric, you see how this works, right? It's contagious, right? So the bald head guy just told the other guy he's unrealistic about his team right now. We all just heard him read out this schedule.
Yes.
We all just heard this schedule. But
Chuck, I know the damn schedule. I got it on my phone. You shut up. Hold on. This is what I don't like to tell you. You shut up and sit on the sideline. Because you don't piss me off, keep talking about the schedule. I clearly see, and I think the schedule is fraudulent because we got all the first home games and every other game's away. It's so ridiculous.
Everything, can we have a real moment or we gonna have a fan moment? You heard it. Now can we be real? Can you have your
genuinely think, okay, I'm going to be real. I think we're going to get 2 of them.
Who are the 2?
I do. I just think.
Washington
Listen, I don't care what you say. The NFC East is never, you can never go in the NFC East game and just say, hey, just because this team is great. Nobody thought Washington was going to be Philly. I don't care what you think. Let's not even play this game. Now, am I high in saying that, Philly should destroy us? Yes. Yes, I get, but I will not be shocked if we're at home, we beat Philly. I won't be shocked.
Y'all gonna beat Philly and y'all gonna beat Washington. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Oh, we beat Washington in FedEx. Yeah, we beat Washington. For sure.
Okay.
We should have beat Washington. Off your text, we should have beat Washington the first time.
Agreed.
Come on, man.
You get no argument there, James. All right, you said it's going to be the Commanders. So Avery, who do you have between those 4 teams? Seahawks, Lions, Commanders, Packers.
I'm stressing right now, man. The New York Football Giants, because I see how the schedule going. I'm not the New York Football Giants. Y'all want me to answer this? Nah, I gotta make sure the New York Football Giants. I know the schedule. I see it. We need y'all to go ahead and lose some way, somehow. We need to be up 2 games. I ain't got time for Detroit. We lost to them too. I cannot believe I'm saying we lost to the bum Detroit Lions. But they're playing good football. They got one of the top 5 offenses in the NFL. The defense is trash. But their offense is top 5. I have to give respect. Jared Goff, Williams, I mean, St. Brown. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Ray Lynn went off about that yesterday. He always said the offense been going off for years.
Yeah, the offense is straight. Like, I ain't mad at him. Now the defense is hot garbage, but to pick out of the four, I generally like the way Seattle's playing. If you want to really be realistic, Seattle.
Yes.
Seattle's
Those four.
6
Chuck,
seed.
Yeah, that's
No, they're not.
They're gonna be the 6 seed.
No, you said going. They're not the 6 seed right now.
yeah. I'm going Seattle as well. I think out of those 4 teams, pretty much been the most consistent and look the best.
I can't get mad. I mean, they're consistent.
Geno's having a great year. Metcalf is finally waking up. Finally, Lockett is Jesus. I go with them. I go with Seattle.
all right. I'm gonna do it just because, and this ain't because he on the sports arena, but I'm saying it because I said it in preseason. I'm saying the Detroit Lions are gonna get that last playoff spot.
Oh my God. Now I want you to listen to this. Now Seattle got a tough road, man. I ain't worried about
Detroit Lions.
Listen, I ain't worried.
Detroit got a tough road.
Seattle, listen to this. Listen, I ain't worried about the Panthers. They're gonna smack them up. They got the Niners, Chiefs, Jets, Rams.
They're gonna beat the Rams.
I don't know.
I'm
not doing that.
Right, you say the Rams got Baker Mayfield?
No, I'm just not doing that.
Nah. They pretty much don't have.
You said Detroit, right?
The Lions, who they got? The Vikings. That's a loss. I think they're gonna lose to the Jets. They play in the
Believe it or not, I think they might mess around and pop the Vikings, bro.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not gonna say it's a loss.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they could beat the Panthers and the Bears, and maybe. Whoa, you might be right here. I know who ain't getting in though.
I called it in preseason and was told by a Detroit Lions fan not to give that man hope. But I'm sticking with him because I said they was going to get in.
All these games are winnable for Detroit. Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. All of them are winnable games. You can't – they may be dogs. I think they're going to be a dog in the versus the Packers, Jets, and Vikings. But the Panthers and the Bears, they should win those games. Yeah, that's tough. We got the worst back end schedule in NFL. Boy, I tell you, boy, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up, man. This is ridiculous.
Let's go over to the AFC. Same thing. Which team is going to get that final playoff spot in the AFC? You got the Chargers, you got the Raiders, you got the Patriots, and you got the Jets.
Ooh, that's tough.
So which one of those 4 teams?
I gave you. I'm going Jets. I told y'all about them daggone Chargers. I told you from the beginning of the season, y'all been announcing Justin Herbert, the man, and his career has been over. I told you. I've been telling Real Lil, ran his lips the whole time. I said, don't worry. He's done it every year. Don't worry. He's done nothing. He ain't made it in playoffs. He ain't making it this year. I'm going Jets. Ryan Jones. Hey, hold on, man. Hold on. Ron Jones, just send me your address, man. I'm sick of you. I've been sick of you since the beginning. Just send me your address. I am sick of you. Go, my bad. I'm sick of him, man. Good. I'm tired of him, man. He gonna do the interviews and all that. Now he running his lips, man. I'm sick of him, man.
So you said
Jets, Patriots, Chargers, Raiders.
Raiders, man, they just so disappointing.
I think it's obvious.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tough. I think the Patriots somehow can sneak in somewhere possibly. But
well, if they say tie with the Jets, they're gonna get in because they beat them twice.
That's why. That's what I'm like.
I just don't see it, bro.
But yeah, I gotta rock with Avery on this one. I go Jets. I go Jets.
James.
Who's the 4 again? I apologize.
Jets, Patriots, Chargers, Raiders.
Man, the Raiders been hot, man. And they got who? The Rams. I think they could beat them. The Patriots and the Steelers. That's 3 in a row I think they can get. It'll come up between that 49ers and Chiefs game. I think they can get the 49ers if whatever his name ain't playing good. I'm gonna go with the Raiders, man. I think that's how hot they are. I think they're hot. Their offense is running back is rolling, wide receivers rolling, quarterback rolling. Ever since that speech he did, hey, I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. The Jets schedule pretty hard too down the stretch. So
everybody on that Jets bandwagon for that number 7 spot. Listen, I've been rocking with them, so I'm not changing my pick either. I made a bold prediction.
Yeah,
I want to hear it. Here it go. I said that the last game of the regular season between the Jets and the Dolphins was going to be for the AFC East title. That was my bold prediction. It's a bold prediction, Avery. That's what it was.
What does that have to do with this? We're talking about the 7th seed. You going to the
I know.
AFC title.
I'm saying I made a bold prediction, but regardless, the Jets are still my pick. If they don't get that, they are my pick to get that last playoff spot. Yes, sir.
You sound like Chuck. I got you.
I think the Jets. I think that quarterback situation was a blessing in disguise. That White, he could toss that ball. He tossed that ball.
Yeah, because old boy didn't drop that football against the Vikings.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, no. He shouldn't have dropped that ball. They should have beat the Vikings. And I agree.
Look,
next time, throw it to my third cousin, who you've been throwing it to all game, Garrett Wilson, and then we just go and ride out. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
But the Jets got it going up against teams that fight for position. They're playing the Bills, the Lions.
Hey,
they'll beat
what
the
does Ric
Jaguars.
Flair always say? To beat a man, you got to beat the man. And the
They ain't
Jets.
beat the Bills.
I didn't say. Listen, it's James. That's a division game. You got to stop that.
They played each other already.
Division
Right?
games.
They ain't beat the
Anything
Bills
is
in Buffalo.
possible. Anything is possible.
Didn't they play each other already?
That defense is good.
If I'm mistaken, didn't the Jets almost? Was it? Won't.
No, I think the Jets.
I'm saying they're playing like they got to play the Seahawks and the Dolphins.
see this?
All these people.
Y'all see this?
Position.
Ray Lynn, how are you not putting the Bengals in the top 7?
No, he's putting them.
We said
Yeah,
division.
I give you just a. Come on, brother. Raylan, listen. Raylan, I'll be home. Listen. I'm not Cortland, Raylan. I don't have this jibbery jabber. I'll be home
That fool said
Christmas.
Browns, bro.
Okay?
He said the Browns.
I'll be home Christmas, Raylan. I got to see you. Because when you put the Browns in this, I got to see you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, Raylan.
Okay, now he quick to switch real quick. He said Bengals in, Patriots out. That's what he
We ain't
said.
talking about them. That's not
But
what
he
we
still
talking
said the
about.
Browns though.
There
He
you
did
go.
say the Browns.
Everything on Brown.
Oh, you know Avery looking for you.
Yeah.
Cortland.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And Ryan Jones, you right. When I get home, I need to see you too. You ain't that far from me either. All right, I'm sick of this. I got some notes I got to write. I got some people I need to see.
Oh, Avery said he got receipts. Okay, so we're gonna switch real quick because we're gonna get Chuck's choices out the way. Then we're gonna get to our other topics here tonight. Say it again.
They're winning out. Oh,
Chuck's choices: 6-3 last week. You are 41-29 for the year, sir. You ready?
yes, sir.
Play the
Okay,
Bengals,
number
man.
one, since we talked about them just earlier, 49ers versus the Buccaneers.
This might shock people. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
That's not a shot. I don't know why you think that's a shot. Ain't a shot. Let me write this down.
This is, I mean, if Jimmy G
saw what
playing,
Tom Brady.
Jimmy G
You saw
playing,
what Tom Brady just did.
but if Jimmy G playing, I don't make that pick.
Yeah, yeah,
Jimmy G ain't
right.
playing.
Yeah, if he's playing, I'll pick differently.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So next matchup, Avery versus me.
Philly.
I'm sorry, Giants versus Eagles. Just so anybody who ain't listening and don't know these two teams, but anyhow, go ahead.
Let's go, Philly. Let's go.
Philly.
What's going on? You want
What?
Philly to lose?
What?
Why would I want Philly to lose?
Did
So
you
you
just
can be close to the division, fool.
Ah, man, I don't want that. I want you out.
did you just pick my team to
This
win?
is bad.
I did.
This
I
is
did.
bad.
James. No, James did
Oh,
that.
James.
You just picked my team to win. Why would you do that? Don't do that.
This is
What is
personal.
wrong with you? I don't want no
Thank you,
cowboy
Megan.
mess on my squad. What is wrong with you?
Thank you, Megan.
Expeditiously.
Right. Look, the eye stop. Thank you.
Okay. Next one. Because you just say the Eagles. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Let's say report the show.
Report it. Report it. Go ahead. You the one in Facebook jail, Ryan Jones.
Oh, Lord, boy.
Anyhow, Ravens versus the Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to some men's college basketball. Alabama versus Houston.
Ooh, that's a good game, actually. Ooh.
Yes.
That's
Where they at? They in Alabama and they in Houston.
don't make
Oh, you don't know. You
They got
can't
some
tell.
athletes, boy. That's, whew.
Houston.
Okay. And then the final one, Arizona versus Indiana.
Whew, that was a good one too. That-
Arizona.
Okay.
Bro, eyes
Such
bucked up.
choices.
He ain't for sure. He ain't for sure. That one.
Not that last one. I think
Yeah,
Houston.
you see his eyes. He was like,
Yeah, that-
oh.
Yeah, that last one.
Chuck's choices for the week. He got
That's
the
one.
Bucks over the 49ers, the Eagles over the Giants, the Steelers over the Ravens. And then in college basketball, he got Houston over Alabama and Arizona over Indiana. Those are Chuck's choices. See how you do, my brother. All right, fellas. Let's get to this next topic. Deion Sanders. We all know what happened. Excuse me. We all know the situation. But I want to hear from y'all. Tell me how you feel about it. Chuck, how you feel, man?
I don't like it, but I'm not criticizing him. He decided to make a career move. It is what it is. I don't like it for the simple fact, being that we all, for the most part, I think, I know me and Avery come from a HBCU. I don't like it for the simple fact, I think it, at the end of the day, I'm glad what he did for HBCUs, but I think it kind of makes us go backwards again, in my opinion. For the simple fact that being a celebrity of his caliber is a gift and a curse. Is a gift because he had his presence is what made people want to come to Jackson State. His presence is what made people want to go to HBCU. And what made it rise to the impact or the way that it did so quickly. With him leaving, I honestly don't feel like the HBCU is going to get the same caliber of athletes or the same caliber of attention that it was getting. So it's no knock against him. I don't like it for the simple fact I wish he would have stayed. From my impression of listening to him initially, it wasn't about career, it wasn't about the money. It was simply about maintaining the HBCUs and trying to bring the HBCUs up to where the elite schools were. And from my initial impression when he first did it, it was all about that and that only. So, in my opinion, I probably can give more feedback once the guys go and kind of like piggyback off them. But that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because I look at just in general, the black athlete and how they already feel like, from my experience, they can't trust many people. So here's another person who some may have put their trust in, and he's another one that's gone. In my opinion, again, it's not his fault. I'm not saying people bashing him I don't agree with that. That I don't agree with. But I just think his move unintentionally is kind of putting the HBCU somewhat back to where it was before he started doing the things that he did to help it in such a major way. I'm gonna leave it at that for just a second.
All right, and again, thank you for reminding me. It slipped my mind that both you and Avery did go to HBCUs. So James, let me hear from you. Since you and I guess, are on the opposite side of that fence. You and I did not go to an HBCU. So let me hear your thoughts on it, James.
I don't have a problem with it. I think what he did for Jackson State was incredible. Before they got there, Jackson State had like 7 losing seasons before they got there. But then once he did get there, he turned the program around. But at the same time, he was recruiting all these he recruiting all these 5-star, 4-star athletes going up against these HBCUs. Was really, he was kind of. I'm sorry, y'all go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, really quick. I'll just reiterate what I said last night. And To my man, I know is in the comments. He waiting to make sure I keep that same energy. I'm gonna keep that same energy. I have no issue with what he did because he did what was best for him. Okay, he provided a blueprint to the HBCUs and let them know this is how you make yourself relevant, be seen, be heard, be recognized. You take the 3 years he was at Jackson State and look at what he did. So much so that everybody who was a sports fan, football fan, Deion fan, you tuned in to see what happened. What did that generate? Jobs, revenue, and most importantly, opportunity. So for Deion to do what he did with Jackson State and for HBCUs, he made it very eloquently when he said, as a college football head coach, you either get elevated or you get terminated. And Deion ain't about to get terminated. He does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. HBCUs, you've been handed the process. You've been handed the blueprint. Now keep this ride going.
Now, real quick before the guys go, this is where I think my disagreement comes in. Because you can hand somebody the blueprint all you want to, but everybody's not Deion. The blueprint worked because he's Deion. We can say it don't all we want to, but the truth of the matter is it worked. The process worked. The attention came. The HBCU was elevated because it was Deion. So no offense, I'm gonna use Avery for example. Let's say Avery's just a normal guy, coach, whatever. Avery takes that same position. Yeah, Deion gives him the blueprint, but Avery's not going to get that same recognition, that same attention, that same elevation because he's not Deion. That's my disagreement. We can say no all we want to. All that happened because at the end of the day, and that's why I say it's a gift and a curse. If you put somebody else in that same position, you put Deion in, it would not have had the same magnitude that it had when he did it. Period. And I think that's where my disagreement comes in. I'm trying to think of somebody off the top of my head. I can't think of no coach, But if
Eddie George, Hugh Jackson,
it doesn't have the same. Deion is different. We all know that. He's just a different animal. He's a different type of guy. I believe if Eddie George does that, let's say Eddie George initially does that, makes that move, just out the blue and say, okay, I'm gonna take this risk and I'm gonna do it. It does not. I know some people are like, well, Chuck, that's your opinion. I don't feel like it's an opinion. Because you put him in that same position, he go to Jackson State, it does not happen the same way. Deion just has that. He just has it.
I agree with you on that.
That's what he just got it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It doesn't happen with anybody else, but it's more focused on Deion and his program, though. I think. I'll be honest with you. It's just more. Everybody's focused on Jackson State is because what Deion was bringing in there. His recruits, everybody was coming through there, so that's why he was getting all the media coverage. To me, at least, was getting all the media coverage, everything. But at the same time, he was building this powerhouse in the HBCU. The competition level wasn't the same either. They're going out there blowing people out left and right. Like besides the Celebration Bowl coming up, everybody else they've been hand washed. They've been whooping up on in their conference. So now I think he wanted to go to the next level to show society, like the world, like, yo, I can coach at a high level too and do what I need to do. But I think he brought a lot to Jackson State. I'm gonna say he brought a lot to Jackson State because once Deion gone, it's gonna be back to normal. To me, it's gonna be back to normal. It's gonna be back to normal. But at the same time, what people don't recognize is HBCUs is lit. Like it's really lit. They just don't get the media coverage, and that's what Deion was bringing to Jackson State alone. Not really anybody else, but the Jackson State. So. Okay. I'm happy that he went, but I'm happy that he doing both. Like brought a lot of attention to Jackson State and elevating the Colorado.
Avery, you are very seldom quiet for this long, so I got to hear from you because, like I said, we dealt with this topic for almost 2 hours last night. We did a solid 15 minutes on this topic. So let me hear from you.
I've heard it all for the last 48, 72 hours. He's a sellout. I hate this dude. I can't stand him. He's a sellout. I heard Ray Lynn's points. He had a couple of good points. Here's my point. If he went to Florida State, would we still have the same issue?
I would.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, I would still feel the exact same way I feel right now.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
People would say, well, he went to Florida State because he went home. And that's where he's from, right? Okay, that's fine. Cool. The man built Jackson State from the ground. The man gave up half his salary to implement stuff that Jackson State never had. So is that a Deion issue or is that an institution issue? Because we're still behind. That's the focus I think we need to focus on more than Deion. We're still behind. Like our institutions, me and Chuck have seen Fayetteville State grow.
And it just
Let's be real. Me and Chuck
bro.
in 2001, that's when we were freshmen. There was no Bronco. I know people don't know what Fayetteville's had. There was no Bronco Square. There was no that big, I think it's the big science building.
Yeah.
Chuck, you know what I'm talking about. There was none. We had a big ride to go to the McDonald's on the Mert.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. We didn't have cars. So yes, Deion has implemented something that maybe that the HBCUs need to implement more. Where's the boosters? Where are the people that fill in more money into the HBCUs? Where are they? You got football fields are playing on sandlot fields. And I mean like baseball, dirt fields. But we're going to blame Deion for leaving to go to Colorado. This has been going on for years. Now, Deion has put a big light on it, which I'm happy for him. But Deion leaves, now it stops. Now, I don't disagree with James and Chuck when you believe that's going to stop. Y'all don't see that's the problem? It stops because of Deion. One dude.
That's crazy, right?
One guy that can show you the blueprint, but it stops.
Thank you. Thank you, Avery.
No, I get it. But I'm not blaming it. Okay. If everybody had followed Deion from the beginning, he already said he was leaving. If he had to entertain, he had to entertain.
But Avery, everybody can't get the recruits Deion can get.
And
they can't get that.
Hold on.
They can't get those.
Everybody loves Deion swag as a black kid. You love Deion swag.
Right.
That's what it is. You love his swag. You're going to follow that swag because the blueprint shows that you can be a Hall of Famer in the NFL, right? We agree. Everybody goes to Alabama because it shows what? You can get to the NFL. I will follow Deion too. It's obvious why.
Yeah, but at the same time, Deion, what I heard was Deion and Jackson State, say for instance, if I'm a recruit, I'm going to go to Jackson State over these other HBCUs. Just for instance, they got more jerseys each game than anybody else. All that stuff matters. The facilities now is coming.
They just got those jerseys
because of Deion
this year. I get it. That's not my point. Y'all made my point within the point. Why? I'll give you something simple, James. We watch black college football on BET, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Let us be real. We didn't know what the heck it was. We didn't know Jackson State existed down in there. We knew the HBCUs, but a lot of people didn't know they really existed. Alabama, they didn't know. But I'll give you something simple when Deion said. He said, "Are y'all crazy? Y'all can't put the name on people's backs so the mom and daddies can see where their child's at, what number they are. Like their name in the back. They couldn't afford that. So is this a Deion problem or institutional problem? I'm happy for Deion.
Hold
on. I'm happy for Deion. Hold on. I'm happy for Deion because now he can go to a white institution and make it black.
Thank you.
He can simply do that.
But I'll
mic drop. Nothing more needs to be said because that's my whole point.
No,
my whole point is to what Avery was saying. Avery, thank you for putting it so eloquently. My brother, that's what I'm talking about. Deion gave everybody the blueprint to the Eddie Georges, and I'll take Cortland's right here. Eddie George, Hugh Jackson, Jacoby Jones. Okay? Put the investment into the institution. Avery called out the boosters.
Right.
Where are the boosters?
I'm not disagreeing.
But they're
Go
not,
ahead.
they're
I was
not
gonna say
Deion,
real
though.
quick, Jarrell made my point because I was just letting Avery finish. By getting those athletes into those HBCUs at that caliber,
I hear you.
this ain't even about Deion, but just getting them at those caliber athletes in there, getting them graduating, getting them going to the NFL, getting them in them that's your money coming back in. But now where they're going? Elsewhere. That's and again, that's not his problem. That's not his issue.
Chuck,
But
I get why. I get why you're saying it because of who this person is. But the problem is we should have been doing something about it years ago. One person gets us this whole conundrum about, oh, he's a sellout and all this. Where were y'all 20 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know
10 years ago.
I ain't gonna say sellout stuff. I ain't
5
No,
years
I'm
ago.
just saying that's what people are saying. I'm just telling what people are saying right now.
Right,
I don't think he's a sellout either. I got you, bro. I know you didn't say that. What I'm saying is, so you're telling me one guy out of 3 years won 2 championships at Jackson State. He got a $300,000 a year. Gave half of it back to build the facility for Jackson State to show you can do this. Now he takes the Colorado job to elevate, say, as a black man, I can get this job and elevate other young black kids to this point. We don't have to stay at one spot at one time. But if the HBCU people don't go and put more money into these schools, because me and Chuck can agree, we've seen Fayetteville State grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's ridiculous how far this thing has grown. From, we used to have that track. I know y'all don't know. We used to have a track around the field. We used to walk around the field, right? It wasn't turf. We have turf in a big old screen right now out of our field, right? Chuck, know what I'm talking about? We didn't have that back in the day. But you got D1. Now, I'm not talking about, that's a D2. We're talking about D1 schools. You still playing on sandlot fields. That facility in Fayetteville State looks better than some of them facilities in the SWAC. So are you telling me this one guy, we're killing ourselves, he need to stay? How far are we going to go? The money wasn't going to come in for Deion if you don't have no boosters. You don't have nobody backing them up. Tell me.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Like, tell me where's the money coming from? You're saying celebrity. He said no, because there are some. Okay, if there were celebrities, Cortland, then why the facilities are not built like that? You got celebrities in Colorado, they're giving millions. Bro, they have an open checkbook. Yo, let's get it rocking. We building Colorado back. And I've been on this head. Colorado is garbage. They are trash. I hope he doesn't go down there to die. Like, for real, like, go down there, it doesn't work, and his career's over. And Deion has one shot at this. One. This is his one shot. If it does not work, it is over.
Yeah.
Period.
And what we got to make sure we be very careful to do. I know some people will be like, you have to be careful about this kind of apples and oranges at the end of the day. You have to be real careful about comparing. Unfortunately, it's us, but it is what it is. It's reality. Comparing the HBCU to these major schools, because like when we look at it, I'm gonna use a smaller sample size. I look at our freshman class we came in. Me, Avery, a bunch of guys, everybody we know. A lot of us have graduated. Look at the jobs that we have, even though we went to college. So it's easy to say, yeah, a lot of them are millionaires. A lot of this. Me and Avery don't have a lot of money that we can put back in the pool.
Right,
that's a lot of
that's a lot of HBCU.
That's a lot of what you're
graduates.
So to say, yeah, there's a few celebrities, but it ain't as much as, you know what I'm saying? So
as Colorado.
We can't compare,
right, as Colorado is up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can't compare boosters to some HBCUs and start saying this HBCU boosters and God like that. So we got to be real. You can't start doing that.
Our university boosters is a whole lot more than somebody else's, because a lot of people with the Howard, they got those boosters that's up there.
Yeah.
And I completely understand it. My issue is you don't have to be millions, but there's no reason why. And I hate when people say it's a public school. You think all the schools in the SWAC are private?
You think
Like,
Colorado's a public school?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say, we're just talking about Jackson State in general. But even though I don't know if it's private or not, like, but if it was private, he still gave money back to build the facility. The coach himself gave, what coach have you seen gave money back to the school to get paid for? None. I ain't seen
Not one.
Not one.
Yeah. And that's why I see a lot of people.
Hold
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You good. Let's stop blaming Deion and see the major problem in this.
Yeah.
One person doesn't make the whole faction. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's why the first statement I made was I don't blame him for doing what he did. Because my thing is I look at myself and Avery, it's a very small, I'm not comparing it because it's a very, very small compared to what we're talking about. But like you ask me questions about the middle school I'm coaching at. Why I won't do this? Why I won't do that? Why I won't do this? Why I won't do that? Like I just have a passion for where I'm at. But you can't tell me, like I'm not gonna say, I'm thinking about my family at home. If I get a college that calls me right now and says
that pays more money, you're gone.
It says Chuck, look, we want you to come to, let's say, I'm gonna say UNC Charlotte. Let's just say a school.
Bye, Chuck.
We'll go up the road, bro.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna have the same feelings because I'm gonna feel bad because I have to leave these kids who I know once I'm gone, like they're in trouble because I'm one of the few people who really care. But at the same time, I got a family at home.
Thank you.
And that's a big move. I gotta make it.
Thank you.
So I'm not disagreeing with his move. I'm just saying I'm hurt for those kids who are now put back in a situation where.
But Chuck, stop, because here's what I'm gonna say to you. Exactly what I said about Deion, I'm gonna say about you. You want to tie this whole thing in a nice little cute little bow and make it simplified? Let's simplify it then. Chuck, what have you done? You have shown other grown black men how to be successful.
Right now he's done. He's frozen. But
I know, but we go. He can hear me. It's okay. He can hear me.
Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, we gonna get it back in a minute. Chuck has created the blueprint for other black men to step into that role. Will they be successful as Chuck? Maybe, maybe not. But the bottom line is, Chuck knows that if somebody else is calling and giving him, a black man, an opportunity to elevate to the next level, he gonna do it. Why? He has a family. He is the provider.
And watch it, Eric.
Also, James, you muted if you're trying to talk. We can't hear you because you muted.
But watch it, Eric. And guess what? If he's promoted higher, what happens?
Thank you.
It gives more of us more opportunity.
Right. It puts more of us at the table. I understand some of us are going to build our table and we're going to bring us with us. But some of us are going to get to the table that's already been there, and we're going to start putting ourselves in these positions. And that's what I'm saying.
And I hope this is what I do hope. And I believe the man that he is, I think he will do this. I think he's going to put more still money back in Jackson State. I just have the feeling of the way Deion is. He's not going to leave Jackson State empty. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just don't believe that. I just think now he can show other young black men we can all do this. But he showed it there. As my issue is, why doesn't the whole conference come together? Like, why don't we find ways to have more avenues with money? I just don't. I'm sorry.
I can answer that question for you. I didn't go to an HBCU, but I'm a black man. You want to know why? Because of ego. We always have to be.
And Alabama, you're right. Not Alabama A&M. Alabama State. When he got mad about Deion walking around,
right?
I got you, guy. When he got mad walking around because Deion said that he does it every game.
Every game, yeah.
He got mad. So why don't you use the Deion resource versus trying to be negative? Just like when the kids had put a video out for Deion, Deion said, "Yeah, they're going to regret it, but I'm still going to help them try to get to the NFL."
Right.
You said the right thing, Avery. Why don't they get with Deion and use his resources, his connections, and all that to build
ego? I'm telling y'all.
That's exactly what they should have did. And
His
he
ego.
actually tried. Who he tried to help one time? Was it one of them colleges? They was down and out, and he said, "No, they can't be looking like this." And he helped them out, gave them some money or something. I forgot.
Was it Florida? It's one of them. It's one of them schools. They were looking terrible.
Yeah, and he
All
helped
right.
them out.
Fellas, we got to take a break because we got 2 more topics. One, and then we got to do the best segment in all of podcasting, Career Over. Let's take a really quick break. More with Say What. We'll be right back.
Good grace. Good grace. Good rebound.
Well, it's a big show. Oh.
Lord have mercy. Ladies and
Did he
gentlemen,
really?
the
and all of a
return-
sudden jacked up. Did he really do this to
the
say he's coming
return
back? Is he
of the
serious?
big guard. Yes.
No,
The
no.
return of the big guard, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my
We'll be
God,
back.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, that was
I
bad.
will say it again.
Coming soon. Wow.
It has been an honor and a privilege to be a part of this, but the big guard will be making his return soon. So let's get to the last. Let's get to the
I
last
didn't know
topic.
what that was for, man.
Until
I
I see the
didn't either.
big show coming soon. Yeah, he big as the big show. Sure, you
Hey, let's talk about the college football playoffs because the final 4 have been revealed. The top 4 have been revealed. How do we feel about the top 4 in the college football playoffs? Chuck, how you feel, man?
I don't know if I want to talk about it. I know he's gonna say me first.
Oh, okay, I'll come back to you,
I'm so depressed.
James. I'll come
They
back
know
to
why-
you,
they
James.
know why
I know why he depressed.
Yeah, they know why I don't want to talk about it.
I'm good with it, man. You know, Alabama and everybody else have 2 losses. They could have played their way in, especially like Tennessee. I'm kind of disappointed at Tennessee. The losses they took down the stretch, but I'm good with it. TCU did go undefeated, and they beat Kansas State earlier in the year, but they lost to them in the championship game. So that's a 1-loss team. You know, Michigan, Ohio State lost to Michigan. They was ahead of them. So I'm good with those 4. I wish USC would have won, so they made it a whole lot better, but I'm good with those 4.
Avery, how you feel?
I'm fine with it. I have no USC blew it.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, I mean, I don't think he's the Heisman, but he had a hell of a year. I think Max Duggan, because that performance he did in that Big 12 championship, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. He single-handedly brought TCU all the way back, and they should have won the game because they should have gave him the football with 3rd and 1. Give him the ball. The game is over.
He got him down there. I don't
Man,
understand.
I don't understand.
I don't
it,
understand
bro.
the play calling.
But just to go back to the topic, I'm fine with it. I figure Ohio State will slip in. You can't put a 2-loss to Alabama. Alabama could be undefeated or 5 losses. Tennessee don't look the same. USC losing twice to Utah, that's tough. But I mean, it could have been debatable to them to get in because they had a lot of ranked wins. But them 2 losses is them 2 losses.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it though.
All I'm gonna say is Alabama ain't in, Clemson ain't in. I'm good. Chuck. So I don't know why you upset, Chuck. So could you at least?
He's a
tell me?
USC fan.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
I mean, all year Caleb Williams get hurt.
I know, right?
Because even like my thing is, even with our
He was
defense,
balling, too.
Caleb Williams is still good enough healthy to put up the points. Where I think we still had a shot, even though
He was balling.
our defense wasn't doing nothing.
Oh.
If he's healthy, it would have been a shootout, and whoever's probably got the ball last probably win the game. That's how the first one was. So, but I agree. I think they got it absolutely right. Because I know me and Avery was talking, and I kept asking Avery. You know, Avery knows way more about college football than I do, so I asked questions, and I was like, because to me, I felt like when Ohio State and Michigan played each other. I said when they played each other.
All you know is Notre Dame, and they trash. Keep going, Chuck. Thank you.
There you go, man. I was down in the black coach, man. That's why people.
No, because I mean, in my mind, I felt like this is me. I felt like Ohio State and Michigan, regardless, I felt like both teams should have been in anyway. Because I mean, if you're only lost, if you're a 2 and 3 seed team, to me, just common sense. I ain't talking about the committee and all that. If you're a 2 or 3 team and your only loss is going to come to each other, how are you not top 4? That's just me in my common sense. How are you not top 4? That's stupid to me. I get it with how they do it, but that's just dumb. So I feel like both of them teams are undefeated. If your one loss comes to each other, you're number 2 and 3 in the country. You still, to me, are one of the top 4 teams in the country. Period. I mean, that don't even make sense. Georgia, they just are what they are. I shoot.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
But
It is what it is.
what he say? What he say? Bold predictions?
Don't you do it. Do not do it. They're not going to beat them. Ohio State's not beating
Bold
G.
prediction. Ohio
Come on.
State. I think they about to knock Georgia off, bro. A bold prediction.
All right, man.
Bold prediction.
All right. Chuck it down.
Nah, heck no.
Bold
Hey,
prediction.
Okay, fair enough. It's a bold prediction. He's allowed to make it,
I mean,
just like you are now,
He
sir,
worked-
to
he
do the
worked-
best segment
That don't
in
make
all
the fact.
podcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Avery Graves with career over.
Oh Lord.
Hey, man. Hey, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Well, y'all Laker fan, I had one, but I had to pivot for the night. Oh, I had to pivot.
Come on, bro.
Bruh, it was all about the AD homecoming. Bruh, they didn't beat nobody. Come on, man. Clippers, Kings, Nets, Pistons, Spurs. They lost to the Suns. Spurs. They lost to the Pacers. They beat the Portland Trail without Damian Lillard. I give him the one with the Bucks. Come on, man. They beat the Wizards. Yeah, he scored 55. It gets to the night. AD is upset because Charles Barkley, Chucky Chuck, is keep calling them street clothes. I'm going to call them street clothes. The man went out tonight talking about he had flu-like symptoms, and he started the game. Man, come on. You can't make this up, man. This dude's career is over. I keep telling y'all about AD. This dude is an abomination. Every time he up, he is just as similar as the Cowboys. Every time he up, he brings me right back down. I keep telling folks, I continue to keep telling y'all every day. Everybody in the chat talking about, AD hit 55, AD hit 44. You know how many points he got tonight? 1. I told you, it's AD. He talking about he got blue light symptoms. Why did you even play? What was the purpose? Because I'm really gonna get Russell Wilson because he's having a lot of problems. Okay, I was gonna do that. I'll tell you what my pivot was. It was, but when I seen him go out on the TV, I said, "Oh no!" All these Lakers fans. AD's out again. How long will he be out? 3 games or 4 games? Oh, my big toe hurt. Oh, I need some chicken noodle soup. What next? What's next? Huh? Oh, Chuck ain't listening to me now? Oh, Chuck trying to ignore me. I get it. I keep telling you about AD. I keep telling you, bro. Don't worry. He is the Eastern Conference Player of the Month. He's been balling. But who has he beat? What have y'all beaten? Now, and Chuck was like, we lost AD. We got the heart of our schedule.
I ain't said that.
Fans, they crack me up every year. 80 career over. I'm good.
See, you know what kills me about this guy? He tried to blast me and James, right? He in the chat right along with us, just as impressed.
No.
Just as impressed. Like, y'all got this AD. Boy,
y'all got this AD. And what else did I say, Chuck?
Now we get on career over.
Right.
So
His whole tune different now.
So I said, if y'all get this AD, y'all good. But I knew y'all were gonna get this AD. I knew he was gonna get injured somewhere. I knew he was gonna get sick. I tell you this every time. It's 5 games, he's good. He out 10. You know it.
He gonna be out 2 this game. 2 times,
nah.
2 games. That's it.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Can't
Say
believe
what,
he
say it
out.
again. each and every Tuesday at 8:30. God,
Cooking too, man.
That ain't these
since I'm not
funny
sure, since I'm not sure where I'm gonna be at, and Chuck, excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna bring you and Avery back, but I got to talk to this brother right here. I'm gonna let you know, sir. You already know now. I never pick your team. I never have, and I never will. But James, yes, sir. Don't lose to Houston, baby. Because if you lose to them Texans, whoa, I'm coming. I'm going to get me a Ric Flair robe. I might put on a wig. I got some Gator shoes. Oh, James, I'm coming back here on Say What, Say It Again. And I'm going to be preaching the whole entire night.
Look, man.
Yes, sir.
You know we can't lose
the
to
collection
Houston.
played around a couple times.
Houston, they try to get that number 1 pick, so they definitely ain't trying to win that.
I'm saying.
Well,
I'd
the rate
speed
they
up
going,
for
they
1
ain't gonna
week,
be hard to
James.
try.
I need them for 1 week. That's it. They only got 1 win. They can get 2 and still get that number 1 pick. I just need them for 1 week.
You're right.
And let that week be this week coming this Sunday. Ooh, I feel good.
Hey, get off the screen,
my
man.
spirit.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Get this dude out the screen.
Hey, much love to the fellas. Thank you so much for letting me rock with y'all each and every week, man. I truly, it is a blessing. So for Chuck, Avery, James, and of course the producer, the big guard who said he is coming back. Say What, Say It Again every Tuesday. Yeah. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.
All right.